Hello everyone, I'm Sgt Bell the Rapper, Sgt Bell's Bush Meals, and today we're going to cook a deer roast. I'm going to cut it off the bone, cut it in thin slices, put it on a bed of onions in a crock pot, and barbecue it for 4 hours. What I have here is the onions and water in the crock pot, some store-bought barbecue sauce, and the deer roast, which is actually the hip of the deer. As you can see, I already cut some of the membrane off. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do some nice thin slices off here, and it's already been rinsed, and I'm going to put it in the crock pot. Just cut it just as simple as that. And as you can see, I've really cut a lot of it off, the bone. Here's the meat for the sauce here. I have more barbecue sauce actually to put in it, but it should be enough for right now. Maybe add a little more water to it, and take a spoon and scrape that sauce out of there. And I plan on cooking it for at least 4 hours. There it is, the deer roast as it's been cut up. Some of it in chunks, some of it in slices. I really wanted to cut most of it into slices, but cutting it off the bone, I didn't want to risk cutting my hand open. We are under a pandemic right now, and I don't want to have to go to the hospital with a sliced hand. So it has black pepper in, a bed of onions, a little bit of water, and we'll let it steam down for 4 hours. Okay, we're 4 hours in on the barbecue deer, and I'm getting ready to cook some stovetop mac, which will be in this pot right next, just plain water, and it'll start boiling, and steam some cabbage in this pot right here. I'm going to steam this cabbage down first, soften it up, and then I'm going to drain the water off of it, put a little vegetable oil in it, and fry it. That's the way I'm going to cook it. Okay, my water's boiling for my macaroni noodles. Small pot, half a box. Oops, drop some. Now give it a little stir. Give that 6 minutes. Cabbage still steaming. Mix this cabbage up a little bit here. Toss it around here. I still have my deer meat on. It's been a little over 4 hours, but it'll be okay. It'll just get tender in that crock pot. Well, since I took the lid off this, a lot of this moisture in here will steam down, and the pan will come ready for some oil or grease, or however you want to, bacon fat, or however you want to cook your cabbage. But I'm gonna use vegetable oil. Okay, that tells me that my noodles are ready to be strained. Okay, so I'm going to strain all the water off of them, and get ready to put cheese in them and milk. Okay, here's my noodles, all strained. I'll add a little bit of milk. Put a few slices of American cheese in here. You can use any cheese you want. I just choose to use American. Sometimes I use mild cheddar, or Colby and Monterey Jack. Actually, these noodles are hot enough to cook the cheese right into the elbow mat with milk. Actually, you don't need a fire into that. Okay, as you can see, I lit another burner. Another that cheese into those mac noodles. Alright, now that's just ready now for some black pepper. Turn that fire off back there. Still got a little milk left over. We don't need that right now. And what we're going to do now is begin to fry this steamed cabbage. You can see how it softened up. So we're going to fry it next. Turn the fire back under it. Hear it frying? That's the sound you want to hear there. Now we got to watch and make sure this does not stick. Or burn. Alright. I didn't put a lot of grease in there. Or oil. Enough in there to possibly fry it just a little bit or singe it a little bit. Now as you can see, this cabbage is getting right shiny, and that's from the oil. I'm not big on salt or using too much, but I'm putting a little Himalayan pink sea salt in there. Flavor. Crack a little black pepper. This is probably cooking at least 10 to 12 minutes or so, according to how crunchy you want your cabbage. There we have it. Cabbage is done. There's the barbecued venison that I cut up earlier. Now cooked at 4.5 hours. And in the back here, the stovetop mac and cheese. And here we have it, barbecued venison and onion, crockpot barbecue venison, stovetop mac and cheese, fried cabbage. The perfect bush meal. And we're under pandemics, perfect pandemic meal. Venison's tender. Remember, it ain't the same if it ain't wild game. Thank you for watching this edition of Sgt Bell's Bush Meal.